All right, so again, we're watching just an undisputable Final Fantasy XIV job tier list from the Misshapen chair, which is a wonderful Final Fantasy XIV content creator as well. And he's not only producing sarcastic and humorous videos about jobs, but they also help with actually learning the job. So it's really entertaining, and you can also learn some jobs from his videos. So leave him a sub or like whenever you have the chance to watch one of his videos. Okay, all right, so let's watch the video.
Greetings, travelers. Welcome to my definitive Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringer job tier list. There are many aspects to jobs in Final Fantasy XIV. Aesthetic, animations, relative strength, ability to impress people, which are all things I'm going to ignore when making this tier list. I'm only talking about gameplay, baby. That's right, what job is the goodliest to play? I have played every job in the game at this point at the most mediocre level imaginable, so I know what I'm talking about. As usual, this is not subjective. My opinion is correct, and everybody else is wrong. Even if you agree with me, you're wrong. I'm right. Let's get in there.
Even if you agree with me, I'm wrong. You're wrong. That's great. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, his voice is super sarcastic, and it's really
First,
great.
I'm going to talk about a real job. One that is very clearly heavily tested every expansion and always functioning as intended. One that everyone praises for its smoothness and also being the main job of Yoshi-P. I'm talking about Monk. What a great job. Exceptional.
Yeah.
Never has any jank associated with it.
Never.
If you need healing buffs, you got Mantra. You need a tank cooldown, you have Riddle of Earth. C tier for can we please not have to drop Twin Snakes for a couple of GCDs during perfect balance.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. It's exactly that. I think the Twin Snake is what bothers me the most, that you always have to keep this upward and just have a duration of 12 seconds. I think 12 or 15 seconds maybe. It's just annoying. I don't know. I know that people are liking this style because it's unique, but on the other hand, it is still annoying.
Alright, fine. The actually well-designed job. Of course, Black Mage is an S tier. It's got a low skill floor with optimization everywhere you look. Once you get real comfortable with it, it handles like a dream, and leaves a lot of room for skill expression anyways. Going from just maintaining your GCD uptime to not dropping Enochian to no fire rotations and MP tick trackers. You can really become an Ice Mage. It has Eclipse Samurai at the top in terms of DPS output. It also has an entire series of strategies dedicated to making its life easier. And as a group, you'll probably bend to their will anyways. Unless you're in my group. Still a nice job though. Of course, I know the real reason why everyone's here. You want to hear about my favorite thing on the planet. Pet jobs. Well, that's pretty easy. I'm putting both Scholar and Summoner into the pet tier. Shit doesn't even function properly half the time, and clearly they don't know what they want from the design standpoint. Summoner players are always crushed by the weight of not being as cool as Black Mage, and Scholar players are always sad that their shields are not as big as Nocturnal Astro. Okay. Fine, jobs have their niche, and Scholar isn't just a shield healer, it's actually there for other reasons, including Sacred Soil. And Summoner is there to be a piece of shit. While we're on the topic, I'm giving Sacred Soil a solid S tier. What a great class. It's kind of weird that it has all these other buttons when this is the only thing that matters. Ver tier. Ninja belongs in the A tier. It's nice and...
Whoa. He's pushing out very, very quick jobs here. The Red Mage is Ver tier. Yeah, but I think basically he's kind of right about the pet classes, but I disagree with the Summoner. I do feel like the Summoner is still a good choice. Yeah, I think at the start of Shadowbringers, the Summoner was actually the strongest job ever. The strongest job you can play when looking at all other jobs. Not only DPS jobs, but overall it's just the best class you could play. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the Scholar, he's right, because the Scholar is... It just feels like there's so much wrong, and the design is so flawed with every aspect, and there's so many mechanics that are not working together with other mechanics, where it always feels like I'm now in this stance and I actually wanted to do this because The face is actually demanding me to damage DPS or whatever, but I'm now in this stance where I cannot do proper damage. It just feels weird sometimes. I hope they redesign the Scholar. And for the Summoner, I just wish for a not so clunky pet AI. Everything else is okay. I guess the different stances you have, they are super cool. I don't think that's a too bad thing. Just make it more reasonable to use the Bahamut skills, like I said and recommended in Cole when we responded to Cole Evic's video, for example, that the Bahamut skills would be actually that Bahamut would cast them. He has to cast them for long period and then push out a very big attack and not this clunky follow-up to each attack AI's thing. Of course, this is the only thing where you really have to optimize for high-end tuning and damage fine-tuning, but it just feels clunky as hell. And we did realize that Phoenix wasn't actually summoned properly when we did Titania last Monday, and we didn't see Phoenix spawning. But he was actually there, so they have to rework the clunky AI system a bit. I want to play Summer, but it seems so complex and hard, I'll just keep playing Samurai. Yeah, and what he said about the Black Mage being the only real caster, no way. I think Red Mage is just awesome, and Summoner is just even more awesome. Sacred Sword is another job that he likes. So let's go.
Class. It's kind of weird that it has all these other buttons when this is the only thing that matters. Vertier. Ninja belongs in...
What? Vertier? Come on. Why B then? Why B? I think Race is actually the most positive aspect the Red Mage is offering, but I don't know. Apart from being just awesome, just it plays so nicely. I don't know. If he's talking about gameplay aspect of having fun with gameplay, Red Mage would be, for me personally, would be absolute S tier without any doubt. Any doubt.
Ninja belongs in the A tier. It's nice and comfortable. You get to chill out in between each trick attack, and it's pretty nice. Even gets to maintain uptime more easily than some of the other melee jobs, and has a nice niche that is carved out by casting trick attack every minute. Unfortunately, you have to watch a million filler arcs of Naruto for optimal DPS, but at least you don't have to watch One Piece. Samurai is my main job, so I can say without any bias whatsoever, it's an S tier job. I simply click my set rotation until the Nekopara merchandise rolls in, and it feeds into itself, making me even stronger. It also has a lot of buttons which stimulates my prostate. While I'm here, if you complain about Tsubame Gaishi ruining the job, you're a pussy. Sorry, it's just the way of the world. They better give me a 4-minute timer Midare next expansion. Midare. Gun. People shit on this job for being easy, but clearly...
Gun. Yeah, by the way, I think he's not so far off from the truth, because Ninja is really... Some people are actually forgetting about the fact that you have a cooldown timer or a cooldown phase where you can, as a player, cool down in between the trick attack windows. But I heard that the recommendation of some players to have Bunshin put onto the same recast timer like trick attack, and I absolutely welcome that, because it feels like being off for the second phase. It's cool. On the other hand, because you have some variation between things, but it doesn't work very seamlessly. I don't know. Tsubame Gaishi or Gaishi? I don't know how to spell it, but isn't that the coolest thing? Yeah, any melee job got in Shadowbringers, because you just have this big swing attack and you just do it twice. That's the best thing ever, right? I don't know. I really love that ability, so I agree with him when this is definitely a killer ability. May thou drinketh, you're right.
They have never tried maintaining its dead set rotation for extended periods of time, where even the thought of drifting drill causes your already decent DPS to go out the window. It's also the most American job, truly a beacon of freedom. It is very solid, even though no one properly appreciates it, including myself. B tier. Performance action. Trying to play this stupid thing doesn't even make sense to me. I'd rather just play an actual piano. Although it can still be a fun job to play, even though everyone tries to shit on it for not being the strongest thing in the metagame, and apparently you should play Dancer instead. But have you ever thought to yourself, if Dancer is so good in the metagame, doesn't it mean that you have to be a bigger gamer to succeed on Bard? A tier. While we're talking about...
What is that conclusion? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Dexy Society, thank you for subscribing with your Prime. Thanks a lot. I think he's right. That actually means the harder the job is, the more you have to be a big gamer. And on the other hand, I don't care. as long as the job is providing a lot of fun to you and you like the gameplay aspect, still pull out some good numbers, go for that. It doesn't matter. Everything else is just, I don't know. It really doesn't matter that much. Yeah, he's really funny. He's actually funny. His sarcasm is on point. Maven Frost, thank you. I love this dude's video so much. Yeah, he's awesome. He's really awesome.
About the metagame, I almost forgot for a split second the true meta job. 6 monks. Finally a good job. 6 monks gives you 100% Brotherhood and 100% Mantra uptime. Clearly an oversight from the development team. Only true Final Fantasy XIV players can harness the power of 6 monks. Monk
6
alone, weak. Monks
Dude.
Together, strong. A firm S tier job right there.
That is actually a job itself. 6 monks is considered as a job, right? But with what shall you pair it then? With healers? 2 healers? Or two tanks? Or 1 tank, 1 healer? What are six monks supposed to do? I would understand 8 monks, but 6 monks?
Fell Cleave is a shiny, smooth-brained job that is nice because you don't have to use 200% of your brain to get solid DPS and tanking prowess. Unlike Samurai, pressing a single button over and over again also gives me the happy chemicals. However, every time someone brings up the good old days when this used to be the hardest tank and it's somehow bad now, I have to move it down a tier. So we're currently in like the Z times 10 to the 1953rd power at this point tier. The Blackest Night.
I really love that he's describing the jobs as, yeah, like Warrior is actually Fellcleave. That's awesome. What is that calculation? Z times 7, high 19,500. I can't actually read the number. Oh my goodness.
Tier. The Blackest Night, S tier. Dark Knight, D tier.
What? Okay, so the Blackest Night is S tier and Dark Knight itself is D tier. Yeah, because Dark Knight, I guess. 6 tanks, 6 healers. Yeah. 5 Brotherhoods going off. I would love to see that actually. But I guess they don't stack, right? Do 5 Brotherhoods stack? No. It should work in the same way like if you have 2 summoners and both are doing devotion, they don't stack, right? Damn it. That would be cool. I still dig the idea of 4 summoner proc main. Guys, 4 summoners, you cannot die actually. And you have so much burst. It's awesome. I would love to do that. One time there will come the day in Endwalker maybe, or maybe this tier actually, when I try to redo that myself, we will be going with 4 summoners, right? 4 summoners versus recent content. I would love to do that.
The Blackest Night, S tier. Dark Knight, D tier. Dancer, a simple job for simple people. Yeah, you can optimize out the ass if you're into that, but this is the easiest job to get into in the entire game.
Thank you, Maven.
You're never going to have a bad time playing Dancer, but even with its simplicity, Dancer players are usually some of the shittiest players in the game. Good dancers are rare, even though you don't have to do much to be decent. S tier, baby.
I'm completely honest. I haven't played with a lot of dancers in the last couple of weeks. I don't know where they are, but it's been a rare occasion to meet up with dancers, even in the 24-man raid. But he's not completely wrong with it. I think the usual dancer player tends to be on a very low scale of the whole chart, I guess. But maybe due to the dancer attracting people that don't have any clue about MMOs in general, I don't know. I can't tell the reason behind it. But yeah, he's not too wrong. I've seen more bad black mages still, but dancers are definitely on that scale as well. Dancers are probably attending RP sessions. Maybe that's the reason. He meant Brotherhood that is 15 seconds duration to be used serial on 1x1 and have 100% uptime. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool. But it won't help you being just crushed by the boss with one blow, so this uptime doesn't matter much.
What a stupid job. Loses DPS for actually tanking, 63-second rotation, meaning it doesn't have a nice clean number that ends in a 0, and tooltips that are so awful I make better ones after I wipe my ass. D tier, suck my dick. Your move, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, also, guys, I think Paladin is actually the strongest job so far, and it's not too complicated. But yeah, it's his opinion. I know that there are people out there that don't like the Paladin. I do like it.
Wipe my ass. D tier, suck my dick. Your move, Yu-Gi-Oh! Once you get comfortable at healing in general, you will eventually get bored to tears by casting one spell repeatedly, also known as your reward for optimizing healing. Astrologian tries to counter this by giving you mini-games and spell weaving to make healer more fast-paced and exhilarating. But none of that matters, because all you will ever hear on this job is that everyone enjoyed it so much more when it was about fishing for balance in Stormblood, or when it was Time Mage, or some other shit that I don't care about. I don't play the other Final Fantasy games, really, and last time I checked, this was a job about looking at the stars and refusing to date people born on a specific date. Where's my ability to check my astrological compatibility with the party, huh? Guess this theme has always been shit then, too. A tier. White Mage.
Okay, he's still putting it onto A tier then. Yeah, that's great. And he's absolutely right. The whole origins of the astrologian doesn't have anything to do with the... Yeah, it's so weird. It's still super, super complex and super clunky with all this stuff. It has been reduced, of course, but on the other hand, I don't know. It just feels off. It doesn't make any sense towards all the whole origin and the theme of the astrologian, so... I guess it's super fine for them to fix it, to change the direction of the astrologian. It felt weirder and weirder. It feels weirder and weirder with every buff or patch they have for it. But it's still a strong job, so A tier is definitely a good choice here.
Astrological compatibility with the party.
It's never been better. Okay, yeah, I don't think so, but yeah, it's still better than what we had on the start of Shadowbringers. But I did like it more in Stormblood, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of giving the cards to all people and trading cards and healing blows. It's weird.
Huh? Guess this theme has always been shit then too. A tier. White Mage. Simple, straightforward game plan with annoying execution to be good at. The Black Mage of healers, if you will. A solid job that also seems to generate some of the biggest egos I have ever seen. Congratulations, you can cast Glare, but do you mind spot healing while we're progging? C tier. Gun Sword. This job has a lot of buttons to press, and this once again stimulates my genitals. Is it the hardest tank to play? No, that's going to be Fist of Earth Monk. But is it the most fun tank to play? Of course it is. S tier. And finally, Scholar. A job with a DPS buff, other minigames to play, and cooking skills. Good damage ever since those buffs that were actually buffs and not nerfs, because math is a skill that everyone lacks. It even has one of the best pets in the entire game, but it also has fairies to deal with. Do you get to slap a book into the ground during AoE? Art of War is again on 2. Didn't think so. Triple S tier. Let me just put this somewhere else real quick. And that's it. A perfect tier list for gameplay in Final Fantasy XIV. If you have commitment issues, though, never fear, as you can play every job in the game if you want. You're probably going to find something that you enjoy playing with all the options at your disposal. But if you do play everything in this game with its full kit and you still don't like it, sucks to be you, loser. Now let's get out there and gather the 6 remaining monk players for optimal gaming.
Okay, that was good. That was awesome. I really like the idea of...
generate some of the biggest egos I have ever seen. Congratulations, you can cast...
of putting in
This
together
job has a lot of buttons to press, and this once again
the
stimulates
jobs
my
as
genitals.
the spells
Is
or
it the hardest
skills they
tank to
use.
play? No, that's going to be Fist of Earth Monk. But is
Fist of Earth Monk as a tank. That's just phenomenal. Yeah, I really like the summary as well. The last bit of overview, the tier list itself. Where is it? There we go. That's awesome. So I wouldn't say I agree with this, but it's kind of not wrong. So let's just dig it how it is. And he doesn't do Dragoon. Yeah, I read that in the comment section already. He's just ignoring the fact that there's a Dragoon, right? But yeah, nonetheless, an awesome video. I loved a lot, and it was super funny. I really like his sarcastic humor, and especially the 6 monks, and I would love to see that. I would love to see that happening, and the way I want to see happening with 4 summoners maybe, which is actually more realistic, but yeah, it's still a good idea. So leave Misshapen Chair a like and subscribe to his YouTube channel when you have only watched the video on my reaction maybe on this channel. I don't think so, because this video just blew up like Black Mage damage and Black Mage explosions, but yeah, if that is the case, leave him a like, leave him a sub, and of course check out his job guides. They are phenomenal and super entertaining, way more entertaining than my job guides, and you can still learn a lot about jobs on his videos.